So the London Evening Standard reporting today that there have been thousands of children, London school children, exposed to Scientology when they have been taken to essentially an anti-drugs lecture. Now, this is absolutely reprehensible, and the schools should have done far more vetting in terms of these speakers and what's going on. But how did this happen? Well, I'll tell you. Scientology has this branch called Narconon, I think it is called. But Narconon is essentially a anti-drugs program, but in reality it's a gateway to Scientology, because they introduce them, all the people that go through it, and there have been people that have gone through it in prisons, rehabilitation centres in the US, and there are some in the UK, they've all said they all try and funnel you towards Scientology. Now, Scientology is a cult. There's no two ways about it. I'm sorry, it is. The problem I have here is the fact that children were potentially exposed to this cult and Scientology in general. And that's the worrying thing. Now, the reason why this happened is because the London inner city schools, if someone comes to them with like a nice, glossy pamphlet saying, we'll do your anti-drug education for you, here's everything that we'll do, and just to top it off, we'll do it for free, of course these schools are going to say yes. And unfortunately what they didn't do was they needed desperately to do more vetting. Now this is something that needs to happen more in the future, and I think an investigation should be launched to find out what these talks and these presenters were saying, because as has been shown in the past, a lot of their materials are very, very anti-science in their approach to the anti-drugs message they're trying to teach. So that's even more worrying, that these children have been not only exposed to Scientology, but they've also been exposed to wrongful information that isn't backed up by any science. So this is something that the schools, particularly in general, need to watch out for. And if you ever happen to, should you ever have a drug problem or anything like that, then stay away from Narconon, because it's going to do nothing for you except be a channel for you to funnel you into Scientology. So be careful, people. They're very sneaky.